So this is the Combat Station. I'm your host, Ty Matthews, and today we have a special guest, Isaac Chilemba. How you doing, mate?
Great, thanks. How are you, man?
Mate, better than ever. So
Yeah.
let's start off. Your last fight was against Fedor Chudinov in Russia. Obviously, you got a draw in
Yeah.
that. I was gonna
Yeah.
ask, how did you score that fight? Did you think you won the fight, or
Yeah, I believe I won the fight. I watched it, I think, 3, 4 more times after the fight. I watched it on YouTube, and I won the fight. I don't know how they made it a draw, but it is what it is, I guess.
now you're returning to Russia and you've got a undefeated 8-0 opponent, Pavel Sidharganov? I think I said it like that.
Yeah, I also struggle I also struggle to pronounce it. Yeah, Pavel Sidharganov, something like that.
So he's 8-0. He's obviously a dangerous up and comer. What are you going to bring to this matchup that you feel will be able to beat him?
Listen, I know as a pro he's got only 8 fights, but apparently he's got experience in amateur. He's got 300 plus amateur fights. So the record doesn't really matter to me. I know he's a good fighter. He's a champion. I'm challenging him for his WC silver title. So don't take him for granted. But all I know is I'm going there to win the fight. I'm going there to put everything I've got in my pocket and return home with that win.
Now, if you do get a win here, what is the plan after? Do you feel you have another run left in you for the super middleweight title?
I don't know so much. Part of me is saying I'm done with the sport. Part of me is saying maybe stay a little longer. So that decision will be made after the fight when I come back home, go through end of a year holidays and think through it and see what I want to do, whether I want to continue doing this or I just want to step out.
Now, if you do retire, what has been your biggest accomplishment in the sport, would you say?
Every step of it has been a great accomplishment to me. Wins, losses, title fights, traveling all over the world, everything, every experience. I've met different people, interesting people, different cultures. So that will all stay with me. It's something that no one can buy. I mean, I experienced it, not experienced it all, but I've experienced a lot being in this game. So I will cherish every moment of it.
Now, obviously, you're 33, 34, some around that age. Would you say your body still operates as, let's say, when you first started your career? Do you still feel you can compete at a high level?
Yeah, my body's still fine. I mean, I'm 34, and yes, my body's still going, still right to perform at that level. The only thing that is not there is my mind. I think I keep telling myself I must just step out of this, or you know, I'm like, do I or do not? So that's the only part. But my body, physical, I'm great. I'm good to go. I can compete at that elite level. And I think right now I'm like at the topest of my body wise of my conditioning.
What has been your, like, is there any story or moment you've got from your career that is the biggest highlight to you?
Um, this I don't take one out of the other. I mean, I can say there's a big experience I've gone through fighting for a world championship, uh, traveling to Russia, fighting Kovalev for one of some of the major world championship unification title fights. And I mean, there's been time where I've got into uh, an argument or a fight before the fight, like when I was in Liverpool with Tony Bellew. So those are like experiences, I mean, things that have happened, like the top points that have happened in my career that I can pinpoint. But like I said, I appreciate every experience that I've gone through throughout my career.
Are there any regrets you have in your career?
Oh yes, there is a lot of regrets that I've, you know, throughout my career I did things that as an athlete I should have done. Sometimes I was lazy, drinking, I smoked. So those are things that I shouldn't be doing as an athlete. I should have paid off, but I'll be like, I can go out with friends over the weekend, we'll have some drinks, get some cigarettes, and I thought I was fine. So as a result of that, end up coming short in some of the major title fights. And yeah, those are regrets that will stay with me. And yeah.
Back to your upcoming fight. I was just going to ask, do you have any fear of the judges? Because obviously you're going Russia, enemy turf. Any fear of being robbed?
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm kind of like being in a corner of no choice. I have to go all over the world to fight the guys in their home ground. But as you saw last fight when I fought Fedor Chudinov, I won the fight and they made it a draw. So fighting somebody else is in their backyard is not as easy. So yes, I always have that on the back of my mind that I hope judges will be fair if we go a distance. So the only thing I can do now is try push the fight, not to go the distance. Try to stop him.
Did you catch the Canelo versus Caleb Plant fight recently?
Yes, yes, I did.
What
It
was your
was a
reaction
good
to
fight.
that fight?
It was a good fight. Canelo wasn't all there because all he wanted is to kill Plant. So he didn't box as we know Canelo can. He was in there just to fight. Every shot he threw was with intentions. And yeah, Plant tried. I try to box like if I have to put a scorecard, to me, Plant was winning the fight on points because Canelo barely threw punches. But the way Canelo ended the fight was spectacular. I mean, was great. I mean, there's nothing I can take away from Plant. He did the best, and there's some critical to Canelo that he didn't box as supposed to be because he just wanted to kill Plant. But I enjoyed the fight. It was a good fight.
Canelo's been talking about moving up to Cruiserweight. Do you feel he can compete with the bigger men up there?
Yeah, I believe Canelo is a big boy. I believe he's heavy. He works. This is what I heard. I don't know if this is what it is, but I heard he works around about 200 pounds. So if he wants to just stay there and lose nothing and fight on cruise, I think he'll be all right. And the guy that he wants to fight, Ilunga Makap, I know him very well, and there's not much of size difference. I mean, yes, but Makap is taller, but not as tall to give Canelo any problem. So I think he'd be okay.
Lastly, let's just ask, what is your prediction for your upcoming fight? Will it be a stoppage? Do you think it'll go points? What do you feel is going to happen?
Well, the most important thing is I know I'm going to come back with a win. I'm going for a win. That's the most important part. But knockout or points, that I'm not, I can't predict on that. I know I'm going for a knockout, but I'm not going to look for it. I'm going to make sure I'm winning every round. I'm not going to just go there looking for a knockout. I believe he's going to end with in a stoppage, but the most important thing is I'm going to come back with a win.
Now, any message for your fans before we wrap up?
Well, yeah, I really appreciate all the support I get all over the world, back at home in Malawi, here in South Africa, uh, all over Europe, America. Everyone who supports me and watch the fight, look forward to watch the fight. I really appreciate their support, and that gives me strength to carry on in the sport. And I can only promise that this time I'm going to Russia and I'm going to come back with that win.
Well, Isaac, it's been a pleasure having you on here. Thank you for your
No,
time,
thank you.
and I
No,
wish you
thank
the
you very
best
much.
of luck with your upcoming fight.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
This has been the Combat Station, and we are out.